Well, good morning, everybody. August 14th today, Friday. I've just learned that our BC Premier has announced that he will be deploying 500 additional, that's on top of the 264 already out there monitoring us, additional contact tracers. Whose job it will be, of course, if you don't already know, to track down and locate any and all individuals who may have had any whatsoever contact with a person who is deemed to have become infected with COVID-19. I don't think they even call it COVID-19 anymore. I don't even think this particular virus has a specific delineator anymore. At any rate, the function of these people is not only to track down and identify the people, but to command that they stay in their homes for a 2-week period, during which time, and let me just read the exact words here. This is Bonnie Henry speaking. Henry said they track all contacts confidentially and monitor people continuously over the 2-week incubation period to check their symptoms and also their adherence to the self-isolation requirement. Later on in the article, it says we need to keep going for the next few months and possibly even years until until we get an effective vaccine. So this is what we're looking at. Don't go and get tested. Do not get tested. The tests, I've done former videos on this, are unreliable at best. They misidentify, or they you could really screw your life up big time if they try to say that you have coronavirus even though you're not even sick. Um, you know, many experts are insisting we've already reached herd immunity. So that's really what this is about. Sure, you may show in your system that you've been in contact with, but you've risen above it. You have immunity, and this is what we should have gone for right from the get-go. But anyway, listen to this language. Officials are still congratulating British Columbians for their efforts to curtail the virus, but there was renewed emphasis on condemning poor practices that spread it. Premier Horgan said the good behavior, I'm hearing this phrase more and more, good behavior. Chinese social credit system, anyone? The common sense of British Columbians, I don't call it common sense at all. I call it buckling under to daily doses of propaganda, is not consistent across the board, he said. In cases where people are flaunting restrictions, we're going to be looking hard at enforcement when it comes to situations like that. And it was suggested that the new mass hiring is related to more stringent monitoring and enforcement of distancing. This word, distancing. Okay, so things are really getting serious. The curve was never even that big to begin with, and it was overhyped, and it is flatlined. I mean, if this was on the life support machine in the it would be flatlined, and in come all these new mandates and restrictions. And please go to the link that I'm going to provide below. It's the the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. This is a Canadian organization. John Carpe, lawyer, is the head of this, and he's made a quick video just the other day, which is very, very shocking and relevant. And do like I did and sign up for their newsletter to get all their updates. They are one of the key organizations fighting this onslaught against our human freedoms in Canada. So I would highly urge you to get involved that way. We all have to do what we can, folks. Whether it's just stick up for your. Do not succumb. Do not comply with the mask law. Just quietly insist that you cannot be compelled to wear something that restricts your oxygen intake. Visit the Canadian Center for Constitutional Freedoms. No, that's Justice Center. I have links in my other videos. I don't want this one to run on too long, so I'm going to stop there. But resist, people. It's all that's left to us. We're being so censored and shut down and suppressed at every turn, and that's all part of the plan. You know, our so-called health authorities, they are the new Gestapo. And they know, they've got to know what they're doing, that it's all a lie, but they're on board with it somehow. We need to look at that. Like, what are the mechanisms that Bill Gates and the, you know, all these people, Fauci, but it's bigger than that. It's higher than them. Even Bill Gates and Fauci are bit players. Here's the thing. There was that event 201 back in the fall, and one of their points, I've got it printed down here, was telling them exactly to do what they're doing, which is suppressing misinformation through the media. And that, so this is where they're getting their marching orders. You know, this is how to deal with media. This is how to order things so that dissenting voices may not be heard. We're in a war. We're in a war for our lives. So do it. Do what you can. At least subscribe to me and hit the notification bell. And then when the little thing comes up, you have to hit all, because otherwise they just get lost or buried. Thanks for listening. Bye.